our fanhood coming up
Easy. For football.
for football. Probably the biggest since Sweet 16. It's Virginia. Like 2016, I think. This is probably the most hyped I've been to for a game. And, like, I was this hyped for the Texas game earlier this year. I was nervous because we usually don't win those type of games.
I've never had this much anticipation going into a game.
Yeah, do you like it how it's at 11 a.m. or do you want to have the whole day to get hyped up for the 7 a.m. game? Like, do you like
Personally, I like the pregame and the hanging out.
Yeah.
You have drinks, hang out with your buddies. Like, I'm disappointed at the 11 a.m. just with the viewership.
Yeah.
Who's going to be watching?
I think it'll be one of the highest rated games. Probably second to Clemson and Notre Dame.
I hope so.
Maybe the Ohio State game and Northwestern game will be over quickly. I feel like it should be. I feel like I would have been a better opponent for Ohio State than Northwestern this year.
Yes.
They're playing at the right time. They're playing each better each week. They haven't really played anyone, but I feel like it would have been a better game.
I saw something crazy where if Ohio State loses,
if Northwestern has a Kovac break, Iowa's in. I'm pretty sure.
But if Ohio State loses in the Big Ten championship
And we win.
and
Clemson loses,
again,
we're in.
we're in.
Yeah.
What?
We're in the college. We're playing Bama. I personally, that would be great, whatever. But I would rather not just be the number 5, barely not make it in the playoff, and then win the Cotton Bowl, then lose by 30 or 40 to Alabama.
Was it last year or 2 years ago when Oklahoma just got smacked by Alabama? Wasn't even close. Just got smacked.
With his Kyler Murray or Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, they lost to LSU. They got smacked by LSU.
LSU, yeah, not Alabama.
I'm not sure that game was
But
over.
Would you want that?
No.
I wouldn't want that.
There's something about false hope that, okay, we're big dogs. We're already thinking we need a playoff. We need to win a damn championship first for the first time in over 100 years.
Last time we won was in a pandemic.
Yeah, that's how long it's been. I'm not waiting for another one.
Oh.
I'm definitely not waiting for another pandemic for us to win it. So we better do it on Saturday. But the thing about this team is we have so many young players that are good. It's not like we built up the program. Finally, senior year, all the players are peaking the right time. All of our players will be back. Most of our players will be back next year.
Who do we lose for sure?
The thing is with COVID is we can bring back whoever wants to come back because technically this year doesn't count for scholarships.
Do you see Kohler leaving?
That one's dicey.
That one's a tough one to talk about.
I haven't really looked at the tight end class going to draft class this year. I know they have a good Florida guy.
I feel like the whole year is just a question mark with other teams.
Yeah.
Because if other players stay and you're an average tight end, maybe that's the year you get pushed out.
But because we'll have so much hype. I feel like he would have I feel like Hakeem Butler, if he comes back last year, he would have been second-round pick, first-round pick, because that's how good he would have been.
Oh, yeah.
But he left. And I think he'll get back in the league somehow. Alan Lazard found his team.
He's got to find the right offense.
But, yeah. So, yeah, this week, today we learned that Brees is Offensive Player of the Year. Probably
Big 12 player.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Probably the most exciting player in our lifetime. Since
Troy Davis.
maybe since we were
We
one. Yeah. But Seneca Wallace, probably back in the day, but we were 2 or 3. Hakeem Butler is up there too. David was pretty good, but David didn't have that breakaway speed like Brees has.
I feel like David was more of a first down offensive. He was just get those first downs, that power back.
Yeah,
I feel Brees making those big plays, making touchdowns.
So much. He's shiftier. But I mean, David's starting for an NFL team for 2 years straight.
I think both will.
Yeah, but it's hard to compare. But like, gosh, he's so good, so good. And
His frame's a little bigger, isn't he?
he's a true sophomore too.
Bigger, yeah.
I think he's like 20 years old, 19 years old.
Us.
Mike Rose, probably the best linebacker since AJ Klein.
Oh yeah. Oh, was Mike or AJ Klein first? Who graduated first?
I think they graduated the same year.
Same year.
They were tough.
Oh yeah.
I was looking at back for this week. Like on Sunday, I was looking at the Oklahoma games back in the past. Oh my God,
They were good linebackers. They couldn't make any plays.
No, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking just like in general. Like our D line just gets smoked. Just rolled. Like and those passes were like we're watching. It was like the cornerback's like 30 yards away from the receiver. I don't feel like we have that. Our corners are pretty good.
We could have average corners, but our D line and linebackers are so good we
makes up for a lot.
Makes up for it. I think we're just a good chemistry, not just a good defensive team, but I think everyone feeds off each other.
Yeah,
just the excitement, and you can just feel that there's a real good team this year.
And like, and they don't have the receivers like they do in the past, like CeeDee Lamb, D.D. Westbrook, Mark Andrews at tight end. Like we beat that team with Kyle Kempt, his first start. And Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray was the backups on the sidelines. That's insane. But it's going to be a fun time. And Purdy has played insanely good.
I like his he's controlling the ball better. We're not just other than that Baylor game, that was tough.
Yeah, like we sat it together.
That was a tough
first half it was like even like I was like, "Oh, come on. We're way better than this team." Just ever since that first half, he's like, he's throwing 80% for his.
Completely switched around.
Yeah, 80% completions. And we got Milton back too against Texas. Just kind of opened up our offense.
Oh yeah,
because we need like a slot guy.
I like how we're using our tight ends though.
Yeah,
I love that. Just opens up everything.
We need a
running
like,
game.
Having him just opens up the door for so many things because like Sean Shaw. It's helped Sean Shaw so much.
He's came alive.
Yeah, like he didn't do anything in the beginning of the season.
He's came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and like even Milton against Oklahoma, only played one. He played that one play. He got hurt on that one play, and then he was out for a couple months.
That's not bad. I think that's a good thing for us.
Yeah,
no film. We don't know.
And I was like watching highlights from him last year. He played good against Oklahoma at Oklahoma last year.
Predictions, score.
Oh, we're not. I don't know if we do that yet.
I'm going there.
Right there. Oh boy.
It's gonna be a high offense.
No, I think our defense is gonna step up. I think they come out like they did early. Probably go up 14-0. Like probably like the Texas game kind of.
Them touchdown, us field goal.
No,
touchdown.
Like they come out firing and like the 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
This is what I think it might happen, but I don't know. Like John Haycock not owns, but like he compared to everyone else in the country, he owns Oklahoma's offenses. Which I mean, saying that is like keeping them to like 30 points is owning them, but
if they get up 14-0, I don't see us coming back.
No, that's what happened. I mean, that's what happened. I mean, looking back at the game earlier, they came out 2 plays. They're on the 3-yard line. We hold them for a field goal. Did the same thing at Texas game. Held them for a field goal the first drive. I just feel like our defense is good. For a Big 12 team, it's good.
Solid.
So.
Do we still have the number 1 defense in the Big 12?
I think so. I mean, Oklahoma's played really well. But I still think I have more confidence in Iowa State's defense than Oklahoma's. So that being said, I think we win by 3 or 7.
3 or 7. 27, 24 points.
Probably like similar to the last score. I'm not really good at like scores. I'm just like
No.
winning and losing. Probably like 7.
OT? Overtime? No overtime.
I feel like it's a thing where they have a lot of confidence. They come out firing, and then we just outlast them. Our coaches are really good at adjustments.
27-24.
Like last time we played them in Jalen Hurts, they just they got up like 28-7. Just like, oh, this game's over. But we just kept coming
Grinding.
and coming and coming. I feel like that's what will lead Matt Campbell to the what
It would be
what we thought was absolutely insane when he said,
Coach of the Year.
Yep. I don't know. Coastal Carolina coach probably going to get that. But when he said he wants Iowa State to compete for Big 12 championships,
I thought
in his press conference, I'm like, all right, well, this guy's already delusional. That's what I thought.
I just thought we were going to have the record. I thought we were going to have a record just over with the Paul Rhodes. I thought he was going to come, change the culture, be awesome.
He kind of did, but just passed the baton to Matt Campbell. And he's taken it to places that I did not think was possible. I thought it was the only thing that was possible is on NCAA football back in the day. Thinking, why don't they just do what I do? I can just grind it out. It takes me 2 hours.
We got
to build a program. These coaches can't do it. My dad's been his whole life. My grandma is 86, hasn't seen Iowa State win a championship. Big 12.
Ever.
No, nothing. I mean, she doesn't give a damn, but I mean, back then, because it was on TV.
No.
And my grandpa's a farmer, so what do you think? What do you think is going to happen? What's your prediction?
It's going to be a good game, but I think someone's going to get their heart broke.
There's going to be, we're setting ourselves up for a heartbreak, but
it's going to be a last-second touchdown, last-second field goal, something pick six, something crazy at the end where it was all or nothing.
Really? It'll either go our way or not our way.
I think the game's going to be tied up, and one team's going to have the ball and throw up a pick, or someone's going to do something stupid on the last drive to lose the game.
Like a sack, strip
sack.
Yeah.
Game over.
Yeah. I can see that.
It's gonna be, if we win, I think it's gonna have to be like that TCU at home when we
they could not get in the end zone. Our defense was just.
We had 2 red zone turnovers. We forced 2 red zone turnovers, and then they threw a pick at the end of the game.
Yeah,
that's how
sealed it.
That's how the game's gonna have to go for us to win.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I hope so. Who would have thought?
Go through all the honors. We had quite a few this year.
I haven't. I wrote down a couple. Sheem Young was a co-freshman of the year. He has been special.
Is he? I don't think he'll stay long enough to.
He's a freshman.
He's leaving. He's gonna go. He's not staying all 4 years.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, he has to come back next year.
With a year like that, I think his draft stock is just
he's
getting bumped.
The biggest upgrade from players from last year was losing Braxton Lewis and gaining Sheem Young. Sheem Young has been special.
Unreal.
Special.
When's the last time we've had a freshman that dominant on the defense side of the ball?
Honestly, don't know. He's safety's a good position for the freshman. He's just a hard hitting guy. He's a cool story too. He was a highly recruited player, and we snatched him up from. He used to be at Penn State. Yeah, Penn State. Offers from everyone. So, yeah, and then Will McDonald made first team Big 12 defense.
It's awesome.
Sophomore, didn't start one game. He's on the first team defense.
I never thought we'd ever have a first team defensive player on.
We had 2, Bankston and him, and Jaquan Bailey.
It's awesome.
3 of them.
Oh, Bailey. We had 3?
3. It's insane. And Eisworth was first team defense.
Yep.
I think Jamal Johnson was too. Jamal Johnson. Incredible.
We got a bunch of studs out there. I got a little frog. We're good.
It's a run-a-free zone here.
Go with it.
Yeah. Let's just talk about your moments this year. What's your favorite game? Some plays, some games. The West Virginia game when we went to was pretty fun.
I say going to the games, I think, and I know I'm going to be biased because I went to the game, but the Baylor game is a good punctuation point of just the whole year as itself is, yeah, things aren't going our way the whole game, but just with his mentality, Campbell's mentality, just Purdy being a leader, Rose out there conducting the defense, I think it's just bend in and not break. I think that's just been the story of the whole year and just figuring out ways to win.
Yeah, I feel like that's so true. Like, that final drive of Baylor is like, okay, this is how it's going to go. We can't go to the Big 12 championship because we just let up a touchdown there. Mike Rose picks it off. Because, like, I thought they're going to score here, go for 2, we lose this game.
I never even thought about going for 2. I thought it would be overtime.
Overtime, no, I thought – I had the feeling Baylor was just going to be like, we're going to take this – like the way we tried to do against Oklahoma.
Yep.
We're ending this right now. But because like
last year.
Yeah. Did you watch that game?
I watched that.
The whole thing. Just the second half.
I was at a hockey game actually.
Really?
So
Came back.
I watched the whole second half and it was like, oh, what the?
Yeah.
What? We come back, and then
Jalen Hurts just throws a stupid pick at the end of the game. The game was over.
Oh, he should have.
They did one more first down.
Throw it out of bounds. Punt.
Yeah.
We can't make an 80-yard drive on you guys.
And we just, I don't know if it was 3 or 4 plays, touchdown. Yeah, that Baylor game. I never thought the whole game, even when Purdy was throwing pick sixes left and right, I thought we were still.
What was the score? What was Baylor up by the most? Was it 14-3?
I think it was 14 or more. Maybe maybe 2 touchdowns. I don't know. They did not look good. That was bad. Like, we just gifted them. But yeah, that game, West Virginia game, like ever since that Baylor game, it's just been a turning. It's like, all right, we're gonna be like Campbell said in November, early November in his press conference, like we need to learn how to kill these games,
step on their throats and finish the job.
And I feel like we've done it. He's spoken a lot of things into existence.
What week was that West Virginia game?
It was 2 weeks ago this Saturday.
It was last game of the year.
Like December 5th. Yeah.
Last game of the year.
Yeah.
We just dominated.
And like it was perfect because like it was like 50. It was like 46 degrees.
Beautiful.
And like the next day it snows, or like a couple days after that it snows.
It was just a good momentum.
Yeah.
It's a good game to end on going into the Oklahoma game.
Like before the season, I was like, all right, this game is gonna be like the Drake game. This game is gonna keep us out of the Big 12 championship somehow because our field won't be good because it's not meant to be played in December.
Drake game was so bad.
That was so bad. I couldn't even like watch because it was like the weather is so bad you can't even like see.
5 years ago, Grandview, back-to-back years beat Drake.
Really?
By 24 points, and they won't schedule us anymore.
Really? Grandview beats Iowa State.
Grandview beats Iowa State.
You just like take the Grandview flag and plant it on Jack Trace. Like the guy in Oklahoma.
So bad.
Yeah. Oh boy. Did you watch did you catch any of the end of the Iowa State basketball game against K-State? Or did you just go home and not watch it?
I went home, checked the score on my I got a little sports betting app.
Yeah.
Saw the spread and just
8-point favorites before the game.
I think that's the only game we're favored the rest of the year.
Maybe Kent State. We played 2 non-conference, but who knows? We lost to Florida A&M for last year, so
good thing Vegas thinks Hilton Magic's still there,
but it's not.
It's not.
There's no fans there.
No fans. But
even when the fans are there, it's not there anymore.
We're only like a 10-point. Kansas is only 10-point favorites against us sometimes.
Yeah.
I put the house on it. Put the savings in the bank.
Iowa's only like a 12-point favorite against us.
I told Dad to put the house on it.
I was like literally to my cousin who.
Is he a big sports gambler?
Yeah, he's like, I was like, literally bet your mortgage on it. It's free money.
Easy.
Yeah. Michael bet. Like, I had so many Iowa State fans that bet against us.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I got a buddy that will bet against his team every week on.
Just like an emotional hedge.
Just because if he wins,
Yeah.
Or if his team wins,
Yeah, but he loses.
oh, there's an extra $200 this week. Go to
Get
KFC.
some beers and drink it
KFC.
off. Yeah.
Taco. Burrito. Taco.
Yeah, the national media is like been hammering Iowa State being number 6.
Hammering.
It's like, oh, these teams we lost to Louisiana week 1 by 17, but they don't like know the reasoning why we lost that game is because our players couldn't really practice because of the contact tracing. That was back in the rules. Like if you were by someone who was tested positive, you have to quarantine no matter what, even if you tested negative.
We had position practices and half squad practices.
Really? Because how are you going to compete when you But that's being said, like Illinois, like Ohio State canceled the Illinois game when they didn't have to because they didn't want to like get their players injured early in the year. So like, is that worse? How's that not worse than like actually playing the game and losing? Yeah,
I get the argument. I get it.
The media is just
but at the same
annoying.
time, we've played the most. We've beat or either played the most top 25 teams in the nation.
We're the only school in the nation that not have a game canceled or postponed in the whole nation. And they still throw digs at us. Like, gosh, it's just so annoying. Like, we literally lost one game in the Big 12. But we could have went undefeated. Could have won undefeated. If we just have a kicker, we go undefeated. But you can't really get. What do you expect?
Put it on his shoulders, but.
What do you expect?
How deep were those kicks again?
I think one of them was like 45, but I think the other one was within his range.
The other one was, yeah.
But you can't really get too spoiled when this year.
No.
We've already surpassed my expectations like a long time ago.
By 3 wins?
Yeah. like the Texas game was like. Michael on this, like the podcast was just screaming, just like, oh, this is.
I think my dad was here.
No, that was the Oklahoma game. Yeah, that was fun. That was really fun. Yeah, for what like, even going to the games like on the half or like 20% capacity, whatever, it was still like fun.
I think it's 50, isn't it?
No, it was like 20%.
That's 20%.
Yeah,
feels like 50. Holy cow!
Like people are there rowdy,
loud.
Yeah,
like we had the cyclone.
Yeah. Just like more,
hey,
you have to like run so far to give someone a high five.
That does suck.
But for what it was pretty cool.
How loud would our stands be if we had the team we had now?
So, the thing is that's like even if we lose on Saturday somehow, we have so much to look forward to next year.
Tickets will be a little more expensive.
Yeah, I'm keeping my season tickets for next year.
Fuck yeah!
So. It's gonna be a fun time. Like we've ridden this wave pretty well.
Us fans or the players?
Players have for sure. Like buying in for this program, keeping everyone like the positivity rate for Iowa State has been like 2%.
You being a
1%.
4-star recruit can go anywhere in the nation. You're not even thinking about Ames, Iowa.
No.
In the winter, in the cold. Average, maybe program at the time.
I would say below average.
Below average.
We were Kansas kind of. Campbell came here, not that bad, but we like the Kansas game would always be a game.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, now we can rest our starters against Kansas State in the fourth quarter in West Virginia.
Never seen that before. I've never seen that before.
It's insane. It's pretty sweet. I'm enjoying it. Like watching the basketball team, like now is like, okay, we got to enjoy this football team while we can.
Once the basketball gets going good again, and
it's just like, why can't we be good?
We can't have both.
We can't be good at both. So like the best era probably back when looking back in Iowa State history is probably like the 2000s.
Early 2000s.
They had like Sage. And then you had go to the winter, watch Marcus Weiser and Tinsley. And then Tinsley's senior year, and then Seneca Wallace came. Those are probably the glory days of Iowa State.
Those are the Hawks. Rolled them 3 years in a row.
Yeah. 5 years in a row.
5 years in a row.
Yeah.
Screw 'em. What else we got here?
What are your predictions for Iowa State basketball on Friday night? Tomorrow night.
West Virginia.
Yep.
They're good as shit.
They sure are.
Are they 8? They're top 10, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're number 8.
They're 8, yeah. This is like you said before, this is a bad year to be bad in the Big 12. This is probably the best the Big 12 has been overall.
Yeah, like Okie State, the worst team last year, or we were the worst team, but the 9th worst team. They got the top recruit in the nation. Probably be the number 1 pick next year. The NBA like this year for the draft.
This is the worst year for our team as a program, for a coach, for COVID. We got brought so many transfers in. We got young kids in, young freshmen, young talent.
I think we only have like 3 returning players from last year.
They haven't been playing enough as a squad. I feel like throughout the year we'll be better. I'm not saying we'll make the tournament. No NIT yet. But I think we'll slowly.
Yeah, that's like the only hope for prom is we have to show some life.
He's got to mix some things up.
We have to show some life. Like Foster is.
Have to play. Maybe start Foster.
Just throw him out there. Make him have a mistake. Like we've seen Solomon Young for 4 or 5 years now.
Do the same thing.
It's the same player. He's not going to change overnight.
Foster showed some good signs against Iowa.
Yeah.
Dominant, confident freshman.
Just throw him out in the Wolves. Like
it's a good game to throw him out too. The
yeah,
Iowa game.
Man, Luka just. Good Lord. That was the most dominating performance against any team, like against Iowa State, that I've seen my whole life.
He shot 18 for 19 from the field.
But I guess, yeah, like that and Jared Uthoff in the first half at one time.
We had to come back.
That was
a big Jameel Mulcahy.
Yeah, and Matt Thomas. Like we had
should
have rolled Iowa that year.
We were ranked 2nd or 3rd?
Fourth in the nation. Storm the field or storm the court. Anyways, so what? Yeah, how much do we lose by against West Virginia? Basically.
Are they still putting on that full court press?
Yep, I feel like. Yeah, I think they do.
20, 25?
25.
I'm saying 20 in that. What's the spread? 15?
I don't know what the spread is. I have to look it up. It's probably 20. Yeah, I'd probably put, like, DeAndre Kane's team lost by like 20.
Got rolled. I didn't think.
Remember that year?
We won the Big 12 that year.
No, we won the Big 12 tournament.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We won
that's
the
what I
Big
mean. Yeah. Yeah.
That year we beat Kansas and
Wiggins.
who was that? Perry Ellis was out.
No, it was
Ellis was hurt.
It was Embiid was hurt.
And
Embiid was there. Yeah.
he was hurt.
Yeah. He was hurt. I don't know when he got hurt, but he was out for the whole tournament.
Yeah, they beat us twice that year, and then we got him in the finals.
We beat him. We played in the semifinals that year. Then we played Baylor.
They were good too that year. They were long.
That Isaiah Austin guy. Yeah.
They were real long that year.
Yeah. Yep. So we're gonna probably lose by 20 or more against West Virginia. Watch them. It's so sad. Like I cannot even see us like surprisingly come back and just like win somehow on Friday.
Just when I see our team play, there's no team chemistry. Like the way we work the ball around, it just feels like we have to create our own shots. Where I feel like when Monte, Dustin Hogue, Melvin Edgem were there, they would.
It's so fluid. So fluid. I think because they played forever. So they played together for like we had transfers that come in, sure, but we had the core usually.
We had the backbone.
Played with each other for so long. That's why Iowa's so good. They've been there forever.
They were bad for a while,
but they went through the dirt.
Yep.
They got some players. Luka's like he's like an NBA player. That's like a perfect player to have in college. Like someone who's like George, just not good enough to leave. Like, oh, he can come back and be literally a
all-star,
just a star for Iowa. Luka's
It's the closest thing you can compare to George.
yeah. But I think college basketball as a whole, when George was playing, was way better than it is now. The players were better. Maybe that's just the Cardinal eyes, their goggles I see, but yep. I watching, like, Duke is terrible. Kentucky is terrible. Kentucky has the worst start in like 20 to 30 years.
I don't think Duke's ranked in the top 15.
I think it's ranked 21st.
21st, yeah.
Yeah. And like Iowa just beat North Carolina pretty well.
When do they play Gonzaga?
I think they play them this week, sometime soon. Gonzaga's had some COVID issues, but I think that'll be interesting to see. It's just like, I don't know.
They play, is Illinois, and Illinois is pretty good this year, aren't they?
Yeah, they're ranked like 6th or 7th.
That'll be a pretty good game.
Again, I think they've had some players that have been playing for a long time.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep, so what's your dad's thoughts on the game? Just excited?
He's just excited. Wants a good game. Never wants to get blown out. When in doubt, don't get blown out by Okie.
Yeah.
Everyone's watching you. That's the biggest time. The recruits are watching. Fans are watching. Let's give them a game.
Mm-hmm. Which I think we have the players attitude and swagger we have. Like, Brees has so much swagger.
What do we think about bowl game, though? I don't think anyone has any idea.
I think
bowl game. Who will get matched up with?
Well, I think win or lose, we will play in year 6. We'll probably play in the Fiesta Bowl, which will have no fans, which sucks.
That's the best bowl we can get into.
Yeah. But thinking, if we lose, we're going to be the Fiesta Bowl. Oh, no. Like, I never thought I didn't think that was possible, like, to be honest.
No.
Ever. Which is pretty. It's just so funny how, like, your mindset can change on your team so quickly. Like just a couple plays that went our way this year that didn't last year.
I was doubting our team early. After that Louisiana loss, it was like, I don't like.
We looked so bad. But we didn't know at the time the players didn't practice. So this was like, these players don't even look.
No.
They're in game and shape. Like, they haven't practiced. They're not in shape. And like Louisiana, like the national media can say what they want. They're a good team. I think they would beat Kansas State.
Yes.
It'd be a good amount of Big 12 schools.
They're first in their conference.
Yeah. It'd be interesting if they beat Coastal Carolina. I feel like that would shut.
When do they play?
Saturday.
Saturday. Yep.
Yeah, that'd be a good game to watch.
And is that their conference game, or is that just regular season?
It's a conference title. Yeah.
Is it split like north and west, or east and west?
I'm not sure. What's your predict? Have you seen like Clemson or Notre Dame this year or no?
I haven't watched any other games other than when Notre Dame and Clemson played each other.
I caught the very end of that game.
And it's hard to tell. Take Purdy out of our offense, take a receiver out, and then take one of our best defensive line.
Yeah, it's just and Notre Dame barely beat them. Just shows you how freaking good Clemson is.
I think you get Lawrence back,
and they're pissed off.
Everyone's doubting them.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's doubting them. They're probably just pissed off that they beat them the first time.
But if Clemson wins, we're automatically out. Iowa State's out, right?
I think so.
We need Notre Dame to win again.
It's just so annoying how the playoff committee look at Notre Dame for so long. He's like, you don't play a conference title game, you can't be in or whatever. But Ohio State can't play half their schedule and they're in. It's basically, when it comes down, it's all about money and viewers, which I think.
2-loss team, I don't think should be in the Final Four.
I mean, this year's different though, because more teams have played. How
I can't put us in, and I can't put Ohio State in though. I can't.
I can if we beat Oklahoma again. We beat Oklahoma twice, beat Texas twice, killed West Virginia, killed Kansas State.
It's just that persona. I'm an Iowa State fan, big Iowa State fan, but I feel like that is not our place.
I know
Maybe
it's
it
not,
isn't,
but
but
like just like resume wise,
Yep.
beating Oklahoma twice is better than anything Ohio State's done. It's better than 5 wins against average. I mean, Indiana's pretty good, but other than that, average teams
average
at best
They have to beat Northwestern.
by 30.
Northwestern's not great.
Like that should be Iowa. Like if Iowa just shows up the first 2 games, they're in. Like
Doyle leaving.
Yeah.
They have Doyle there, and
just who knows what happened down there.
they're lost. They had a lot of confusion.
So yeah, Bama.
Yeah,
I think Bama's gonna beat every team by like 10 or more. I think they're the LSU of
Bama's
last
top
year.
dogs.
Yeah.
What about Marset? Is he still hurt? What's his?
Yeah, he did the flip and like sprained his ankle or whatever. I don't know what happened there. They don't have. They're done. They don't have a game.
But bowl game, I mean, like we won't know for a while, anyways.
Yeah.
I bet they don't even play in a bowl game.
Really? I don't know. It'll be interesting how they
With
do
COVID.
it. Probably be like whoever wants to play for bowl games will play because like people are opting out and stuff. But
A little different this year.
yep. Well, should we wrap this thing up? So, do you think Iowa State's gonna either be heartbroken or?
No, I just think a team's gonna get heartbroken.
Yeah, it'll be a heartbroken couple plays.
One team at the very end is gonna.
Yeah. I think this is the year. The weird 2020. Let's end it with Iowa State being Big 12 champs. This has been a weird year. Might as well just
Weird year.
end it with like, all right, Browns in the Super Bowl. Win the Super Bowl. Iowa State Big 12 champs.
If I went up to you 10 years ago and said, will the Browns win the Super Bowl or Iowa State win the Big 12 first?
I don't know. I'd probably play Browns because they're a professional team. Like, obviously, some things could go their way. And like, when we went to games back when we were in high school, we were barely beating Toledo, like Campbell, coach Toledo team.
Just getting
Losing to
heartbroken by
UNI.
K-State every year. Every year.
Every single time. Never failed. Just getting our heart broken by Kansas State. The
Damn
Mahoney
quarterbacks.
Missed extra point or blocked extra point. Remember that? The Colin Klein game, they're ranked like 7th or whatever, and that was bad. But
Going back and watching those games is pretty heartbreaking.
it's pretty sad. It's like, how do we get through this? It's like you just go through the years, nut kick, nut kick, nut kick, nut kick, nut kick.
As a fan, you'd wait for something bad to happen.
Yeah.
Like we're up.
That's
what's gonna happen next? I don't have that feeling right now.
I'm fighting that feeling. Just like, hey, we're actually good.
Not even a thought this year.
But like, I would just keep watching the highlights and be like, we're pretty damn good.
How many carries does Brees get this week?
Probably 20 plus, 25. We need to feed him. I hope.
How's Oklahoma's run defense and how's their pass defense?
I think they had a couple players that didn't play the first time.
Yep.
So
that's been talked about. How once they get their players back on defense, we won't even be able to touch them.
Yeah.
What ESPN's talking about.
But again, they refuse to say the word Brees Hall or Purdy. So
I haven't seen him get brought up once.
Just all these announcers that don't even I swear they don't even watch Iowa State. They just assume that they're too good to be true.
I saw this one tweet that was perfect. I liked it. I don't know if you saw it, but it was he's an Iowa guy talking about it had been Brady's freshman year when Iowa went 12-0 to 13-0.
Yeah.
No media coverage. Yeah. No nothing. They're just a bad year for the Big Ten.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the same.
Same thing for us.
He said it's funny how in Iowa, he was talking about just the underdog is loved in basketball and how that Cinderella story, but then in football it's hated on, and we want that Alabama and Ohio State every year.
Yeah.
Where we don't want even a Coastal Carolina.
Yeah, they they pick and choose who they want the underdog.
In basketball, you want that 16 seed. You want that.
Yeah.
But in football, it's kind of
It's like, But we have players that are good. It's not like this is a fluke.
no.
I don't know. It's annoying, but
COVID doesn't help our case.
No.
You can use that as a crutch and excuse.
yeah, it's like, hey, we couldn't play. Our conference was wussies and didn't want to play the whole half the year.
COVID.
Yeah. Oh well, I think we'll be back here on Saturday and probably do halftime report and
Halftime.
we'll
do a quick halftime.
And a post game.
A good. Well, Mike's back.
Yep.
We'll have a good crew.
Yep. Probably have. Yep.
We might not even be here. We might have to go downstairs.
Yeah. I think we'll put one more person and then just have them in and out.
Yep.
All right. Well. All right. Here we go.
Great one. That was the best one yet.